I mean, that's where we saw the most damage, like large scale. And it was about a 2.5 hour drive.
That was the second memorial or mass grave kind of situation that Andy pissed on.
Pissed near.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Not on.
At one point,
I pissed on the outside wall of the building, which I do anyway.
No, you pissed in shoes.
I didn't know I had to piss, or I was going to piss myself. And
yeah, but you pissed.
I didn't know.
For some reason,
did you just say memorial shoes?
If it would have been a.
That's funny.
No, were they?
Let him speak.
It was a train station that was bombed while people were trying to flee. And so about 60 or so people were killed there. And they take us in there.
I think this part should go in the trash can, or I'll be hated internationally.
It's a piss stop, but they think, oh, well, we can go into these ruins and find somewhere that we can't be seen by drones to have a piss. But then there are these shoes left out in the middle of the rubble.
And there were better shoes than mine at that point, because mine were now caked in mud, and those are some nice black wingtips.
Oh my Lord.
Well, now they're covered
And
in
Andy,
piss.
Andy goes and grabs one of them and pisses in the shoe. They loved him more and more every time he did something fucking ridiculous.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
I was pissing away
One
from
of these
every
stories
camera
is
angle.
why I was terrified for Andy to go, because he always does something.
I was high. I was
might possibly
Exactly
just
like
cause
what he
him
did.
That's
to
probably
fucking be murdered immediately.
I super hydrated that
What did I
day. I was power hydrating, and a lot happened early, and I didn't take advantage of some of the pee stops.
Just did a very extensive one that's like high dollar, high quality, but anything to let you know just what Salton Sea is all about.
Yeah, there was no signs of death, because death on the Oregon beaches is all the time. Crabs get dragged up and raped and eaten, and there's sand, but there's
Who's
nothing.
raping crabs?
The crabs, well, they basically get raped. I mean, if you had a seagull pecking at your asshole, you wouldn't think you were being eaten. You'd be going, I'm being raped. And that's what happens. Early morning.
Who eats you from the asshole up?
Every morning on an
Seagulls.
Oregon beach, the
Always
crabs
the
drag them up
seagulls.
and ass rape. Seagulls ass rape crab, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Wasn't even curious, like why the police are calling me to say I can't have a ride along. I gotta get on with my day.
There's a
I got shit in the dryer.
I've done several police ride-alongs. There's a certain way to set it up. It's driving drunk.
Oh wait, you were with me when the minivan crash in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, we had to.
There was a snowstorm in the kitchen and a snowstorm outside, and we had somebody else drove Doug's rental car, and she and her boyfriend. She only got
at the fucking red light. That's part of the strip mall, and it's sheer ice.
She her first move out of the driveway was a T-bone. We got in an accident right out of the thing, and then it was like,
And everyone's Saturday night, so everyone's fucking. She was the least drunk. She was probably sober at that. At least cocaine sober.
This was the funniest thing is there was a snowstorm, so there was no cabs coming to the club, and there was a couple that had walked out of the show angry, and they ended up in our car, and we're all fucking high as shit. We got some chick we don't know driving, and then we get in an accident with a guy who was equally fucking on drugs, who was equally panicked about the situation. We had to pick up car parts.
He gets out of his car, and we go. My brilliant fucking lawyer mind said, "Don't worry, I'll pay for it. I'm rich." I was just like off the Man Show, and
I think the other car did. It was a kind of a co-hit and run. So we both were like, "Let's get out of here." His car, he parked his car, it wouldn't go, so he loaded up with us at some point. And then I'm throwing and then we pull forward, we keep going up the hill, and then our car stalls. So I'm like ditching pop pipes and stuff in the snow, and the couple that was with us leaves. They get the fuck out of there.
we can't get a cab anywhere in the city. But the cops finally show up. We explain.
No, here's what I wanted to explain. I was so high on coke, and Doug, this is one of the few times I listened to Doug. He goes, "Don't say a fucking word," and I was like, "Okay," and they shut the fuck up. And then we got remember how we got back?
Cops.
The cops taxi Ubered us, and I took one of the last things I did. I saw there was beer under the, like it rolled forward in the seat. So I grabbed the beer, and then I'm in the back of the police car, and I have that beer, and I'm thinking, if I open it, ain't it on them? Officer, I'd like to report an open container. But I think Doug looked at me, so I was like, and he goes, no. So,
Fine, I go the speed limit, maybe a little under.
Oh yeah, no, black people say the same thing in this country.
Do you remember buying me out of trouble in Costa Rica where I was naked and I had that shoe over my dick and then the police, I was just walking around with this. I don't even know how that shoe got tied around me and I had it over my dick. Got kicked out of the bar and then the police were going to run me in.
I assumed this was all outdoors.
Yeah, that was, it was in a bar, but then I got asked to leave the bar. And I guess, the footwear. So, I didn't have proper footwear.
Do you understand how beautiful our lives are that I forgot this?
Yeah, I was wearing the shoe that Alex has on.
I do remember you having
red,
a shoe
white,
over
blue.
your cock, and you
you
were shaved.
And the police were going to run me in, and then you just gave them a wad of money, and then the problem went away. I still walked around with the shoe on my dick.
That's when you start losing your creativity.
Yeah.
That's why poor comics are way funnier.
Yeah, I have no idea how the shoe. I mean, I didn't do it to be funny.
The shoe fits.
Yeah, the shoe fit. It was a Cinderella
So
situation.
we went out.
No, I love the cameras I consent to. It's just that's
what
rare.
What I like about the
What did I
cameras,
say about music?
I like about cameras is because I would steal. I mean, I take it out on corporations when I can. I like to steal sleight of hand or whatever and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it's just not worth it,
They make it so hard. I go into a Home Depot. I'm like, there's probably literally more cameras in this fucking Home Depot than there are in a lot of prisons that I've been in. It's
this is
creepy.
one I'm proud of recently is I went to Walmart and I got a couple of window blinds. They're like tall, probably 7 feet or whatever in packaging. So I lean those up and and then they ring up all the other stuff and I'm aware they're not getting those. So then I go ahead and take the two most awkward things you could try to steal from Walmart just right on camera. Oh, did they not ring it up? But just cameras have ruined a lot of my scams.
I don't have a voice coach, so to speak.
No, that.
I was a caregiver. That's why I never left my hometown because I took over the family business, which was caregiving.
Okay.
And I went from taking care of grandma to mom and dad. And then I would sing to them.
A lot of people get into that.
Yeah. And they were all very hearing. They were all kind of deaf. So I would sing loud. And, and one of the neighbors actually heard me and said that I had, talent singing. I just thought I was doing it.
Well, you had a lot of practice. That's why.
Yeah, singing to the dying. And who are they going to tell if it's not good? They want to, I'm taking care of them. So if they have a lot of criticisms, maybe I don't come around to see how they're doing so much.
That's why you want to be on the Patreon. Sometimes you spend Thanksgiving or maybe another holiday. We won't be here for Christmas.
Where you guys going?
I'm going to Denver. Bingo's whole family's going to be at one of the sisters is in Denver.
Nice.
Just for a few days.
I'm going home for Christmas, but not
to
really,
not celebrate
to not
Christmas.
have Christmas. But yeah, the next day I'm going to my brother's. So they invited us, and she said, or my sister-in-law said, it's specifically the day after Christmas. So your wife's Jehovah Witness. Like, yeah, I'm one of those. I'm associated with a Jehovah Witness, so I have to leave the classroom while the rest of the kids get to sing Santa.
You're like a vegan that has to have special meals made for you.
Yeah.
You can come the day after because we're having only salad, you fucking
Can
asshole.
she not be around people celebrating? Even if
Nobody wants to be around her, I think.
all right. Well, that's I see
yeah.
that.
Well, even the Jovies.
Well, they have their own things or whatever, I guess. I mean, they have their, it's not Christmas, get together at Christmas, I assume, but yeah.
Yeah. You'd think she's going.
And here's the shit about it. I mean, I really, putting up the tree and I did that a couple of years in my own room. And I had one year when people were sending Venmo money quite a bit. I had a really good Christmas. I went out and bought I had nobody else to think about. I got my daughter's stuff, but I got, just anything and everything that occurred to me that I needed or wanted. Yeah, so here's what it gets me, though, is I didn't have a discussion with her. I'm the man of the house in charge of everything and as far as the religion states. And I never once had a proclamation against, we're not having pumpkin pie anymore in the fall, or, Thanksgiving, we just have some regular meal. But where's the pumpkin pie? I didn't care about Thanksgiving, but that's, she should have checked with me before.
You should assert yourself and make a proclamation that you will have pumpkin pie.
I would be fucking...
I'm reinstating holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, just parts of it. I miss, parts of it. And then, but being like my daughter would invite us to Christmas, but I've got a bummer sidekicks that would ruin, drag Christmas down so I don't get invited.
Well, you'd know because you roomed with some.
Might be rooming with some right at the moment.
Hey, let's do that Keiko the Whale bit again. Because, come on, that one's hilarious. You remember that one? Keiko the Whale exposed himself to my daughter.
I don't know.
I used to do it all.
That's not the whale that I talked about, is it?
No, the whale, Keiko the Whale, from Free Willy fame. Free Willy. And he waved
He freed his willy?
Yeah, he waved it in front of my daughter's toddler face. And my wife, I was yelling at her to take a picture, and she didn't take a picture. As I was holding my kid up in front of the whale deck, and she didn't snap a picture. I don't know why I have that. Yeah.
Come on now, Chad.
It could have been a lawsuit. This guy, I've seen this guy in Disney movies, and he's waving his dick.
You think you could have got a sexual harassment suit going against Keiko?
It's possible. That was not ethical.
I don't know how to explain this to my little girl.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. I get. It didn't occur to me. Oh yeah, they're mammals. They got big dicks. Yeah, it opened. He didn't drop down. Just his tail did, and then this hole just uncoils like it's like a towing chain.
Slip and fall 101. I worked.
Your fucking Ipecac story is the funniest.
Oh yeah,
get out of work story.
Yeah, drinking. An Ipecac.
Yeah.
They give it to you to induce vomiting if you swallowed poison.
Yeah.
I'm saying it to you because I'm saying it to the camera.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to take a day off from work because I wanted to go to a Bryan Adams concert, and I wasn't going to ask for a day off because they'd say no, and I was supposed to do Saturday work as overtime. So I drank Ipecac syrup, and then I tried. It didn't work. I did it a couple of times, but this time it didn't work right away. So then I told my foreman Hoot, and I go, "Hey Hoot, I don't feel very good, man." And he goes, "It's just drink more water, you'll be fine." And then I threw up on the floor. Some of it got on Hoot's boots, and he goes, "Yeah, go on home."
But then he said he was sick the rest. Ipecac was like putting a finger down your throat, and then you just throw up.
I threw up about 5 times.
He's fucking sick as shit the rest of the day.
I guess you are supposed to make. I didn't read the directions or whatever, and I did it more like a shot of whiskey rather than mix this with a gallon or a half a cup of water. Or some shit.
Did you make the concert?
Oh fuck yeah!
You can throw up at concerts; they don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that Ipecac cut like a knife, but I made it. Yeah, I guess I was a rebel. I did all that just to go see Bryan Adams.
They go after we go to the shooting range.
Do you guys
want
croissants?
to go to this one? I think
a bombed out
town.
You remember
a bombed out city that's been completely destroyed, or do you want to fuck with the drones? And I'm so cold. I go, are either of them indoors?
Yeah.
They showed me a footage of doing the drones, but the guy in the footage is indoors, so I go, let's do that one.
It's like
so cold.
Flying drones, and I get that they do an awful lot of.
You chose the more murderous choice,
well,
rather than the touristy choice, but only based on personal fucking comfort.
Here's the weird thing about drones, though, is even though these were the ones you could bomb with, we were just flying them around unarmed and all that, but it is real boring. You're like, oh, fuck, it's like at the mall when the guy's throwing the airplane, you're like, I'm going to buy that, and then you take it home. It's like, fucking kind of
That's
hate
when they
this.
handed you a gun again.
Right. And then this. I think it was the handsome feller in front. Maybe there's a reason I like him best.
Yeah, the handsome feller.
He was easy to hand me that firearm.
I think there might have been a tension between the SEAL Team 6 hardcore guys and the drone guy, who's a nerd. Kinda. I mean, as much of a nerd as you can be when you're killing lots of people.
Killing strangers.
So they, while I'm flying this drone with the virtual reality, and I'm like just trying to stay up. Like I can't do this. I need to hold on to something. While I'm flying the drone, just testing it out, Andy's shooting at it with a handgun.
Oh yeah, I forgot that part. Yeah, well he goes, shoot at it. And I go, really? He goes,
Не, no shoot, whoa, man. You're fucking gangsters.
So much for their fundraising. They're just out here wasting ammo and shooting drones. Oh, poor us.
But yeah, so
we let a comedian